Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of Deck Profile Weekly. Well, not weekly anymore, but Deck Profile update videos. In this one, we'll be doing an update video on my Astroea Unica. And yes, this is a full 54 card deck. Now they did the whole deck size ruling change, which is great. So this is another deck I took in with me to the South Jordan tournament. And unfortunately, I got my ass handed to me on a silver platter. So it was a hurt kind of thing to deal with, but it is what it is. You know, I did try my best. Just the cards were not my favorite this time. So it's still a little bummed out, but so far I'm very happy. At least I did go to have a good time, get some trades in. More collection purposes and stuff, but I'm hoping that with more practice I can do this deck more better, but that's just me. And if I sound like I'm a little bit of French, it's because that's the only way I know how to speak, because my English is kind of cracked right now because I have the cold, so that's not going to be a good thing to do. So, plus my nose is a little bit stuffy. So I apologize for being sick on this camera. So, alright, so let's get on with the video. So this deck alone has the combination of the Mask of Hydrochrome, the Mask series included, but there's also some new stuff I got from the Set 13 collection. So, you know, this actually helped a lot, and I mean a lot. So let's start with the video off with the right deck. So we got Pypis Mulchie for a grade 0, Schwart Sparda for grade 1, Turan Dyna for a grade 2, and of course the Grand High Bitch herself, Astroea Unica. So this is actually pretty, again, a pretty much standard kind of build for the right deck. I know a lot of people can like the customizer shit, but this is something you need to have. So maybe in the future they'll probably release more Almajestar support. We don't know yet, but I think Overdress or Will Dress is the final part we're going to ever see any of the characters whatsoever, except for Megumi and Raika, who made their appearance in Artaizo and Mazanori. So it is what it is. And to be honest with you, can we just get rid of Mazanori, please? Can we just get rid of him? He's starting to piss me off. Alright, so next we got the main deck for triggers. So we got 2 copies of Alexandra for our heal triggers. 1 Eufha. 1 Uania. Or Ania. I don't know. The U is usually very silent. So I don't know how you guys can want to say her name, but I think what really kind of made me kind of screw up is the fact that I put Eufha and Uania in this deck when it should have been a full Alexandra deck. Alexandra trigger, but oh well. Lesson learned, right? And of course, we're playing 2 Rileys for our draws. 7 criticals, which is our Clenn for the first 3 criticals. And 4 Steam Deviant Dragons for our last criticals. And also for a soul boost. And then 2 copies of Natalia. And 1 Vamfrieze for our over trigger. So this one other deck here has been chosen to represent as well the next the secondary deck for our 3 deck tournaments kind of thing. Because unfortunately, now many people want to face Omni Gruzio. And when they do want to face Omni Gruzio, it's by somebody who's more professional at the game than I am. So, yeah, it's a little tat-a-tat kind of thing. Oh well, it happens. Alright, so for grade 1s, this is going to be a big debate right here, because this is a full-fledged Almajestar support series kind of deck. So give or take what you guys think. I did play 2 copies of Vilnies Chimaera from the Set 13 collection. This little guy right here is a 1 turn only, so I think that's why I chose it wisely. When this unit is chosen by the ability of your Vanguard with Almajestar in its card name, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power in the turn. So, much like the one-turn cards you can probably do, I think 2s are pretty much an essential. And trust me, this card is also up for a big debate between this one and another card we'll have that I will show in the video pretty soon. So, it just kind of depends on what you really want in the deck alone. You know, I know a lot of people have their own personal opinions. Next, we have 4 copies of Airam Capricornus. 2 copies of Twin Marvel Dragon, which, of course, the Twin Marvel is a very good card to have for the decks to do a lot of soul blasting. So, like, Bruce, Draw Jeweled, Almajestar, whatever decks might be very handy. I think Favonil can do it if he really wants to. I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up pretty soon. But, yes. Just Twin Marvel is a very good generic card to have. So the next up we have is 3 copies of Repelled Malice Dragon for our complete cards, and 1 Elementaria Sanctitude. So, I think what the issue with the decks were, let's be honest here, is the fact that my shuffling was maybe not quite good as I should have been. Which, everybody makes mistakes like that, you know, shit happens. It's okay. But I think the rule change was also a big problem. That's what I personally think that happened. But oh well, I digress. For grade 2s, we are actually playing 10 grade 2s in this deck. So the main one, we're playing 4 copies of Phonograph Opera Star from the set 13 collection. And what she does is when this unit is placed on rear guard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Almajestar in its card name, Carablast 1 and draw a card. During your turn, this unit gets 5,000 power for every 2 criticals in your bind zone. So, I think the artwork looks amazing. It's like an opera star, and I didn't know she was a singer for the stars, pretty much. So, the next we have here is 4 copies of Kids Peak Griffin, and 2 copies of Byurakan Manticore. Okay, well, remember I told you guys about the Chimaera debate of what cards I should want to put in mostly? Well, Byurakan is one of those units that I love so much, and I usually put out 4 of him in the deck. However, I want to try the new Vilnies card from the Set 13 collection, because it's nice to have a little bit of an update video. It's nice to have a little bit of more of a collection series kind of thing. But Byurakan's skill is, there's no one turn about it. This one here is pretty much 10,000 power for every 2 triggers. Is it only triggers or? Oh, it's just triggers. Okay, so it could be either one. So for, as long as your bind zone has 2 or more triggers in the bind zone, he gets 10,000 power at all times. So that's 20k beat stick right there. So I could have gone with 3 Byurakans and maybe 3 Chimeras just in case emergencies. But I feel like maybe at this point I don't really need that Chimera too much. I just need Byurakan because of that skill alone. You know? But again, we all learn a lesson, and there's always room for next time. I'm not going to beat myself over it too much. Next for grade 3s, and this is going to be a huge-ass number of grade 3s. We're playing actually 12 grade 3s in this deck. So, of course, we are playing 3 copies of Unica for the personification ability, so for Persona Ride. We also have Xeno Almajestar Astroea Bico Masques for playset of, because I do like how the skill actually works. And as long as you have Unica in the soul, hand, and drop, you're totally fine using that effect. So, I know the downside between that is, well, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, but it does give your rear guard a chance to stand back up, and as long as you have like a pair of critical triggers in the bind zone, you get 5,000 power to Astroea, and the unit has been chosen. So, that's just me. The next one we have is 2 copies of Almajestar Celesphere. This is from the Set 12 collection, and this is a card that I couldn't use because of the skill. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so play this if you have a Vanguard with Astroea in its card name. Countercharge 1, choose 3 trigger units from your drop, put them into your soul. If your card with Astroea in its card name was removed this turn, choose one of your Vanguards and it gets +1 critical until end turn. So that's why I figured I want to choose to try and play that card, because, let's kind of face the facts here. You do need Astroea Bico Masques to activate this card personally, because you have to remove an Astroea card from play to gain the ability, and you can activate this card during this turn. So, and as long as you have triggers in the graveyard, I think you're okay, and you can get a free counter charge out of it. So, try 2, maybe try 3 of to see what you can think of. But I do like this card a lot. And then finally, I'm playing 3 copies of Mask of Hydrogrum, because we're not using the Skull Kenda in this deck anymore. He's out. He's on vacation. He can go fuck himself. This is a full-fledged Almajestar deck. But I figured 3 Mask of Hydrogrums will not hurt this deck in the slightest. Now, if you want to do the move that Helena Walker used to re-ride the original Amagruzio and then ride the Mask one again, that's probably what it's inspired by, to see what you can do. You can re-ride Unica, then next you ride Bico Masques, back and forth kind of thing, to make it like reverse Mask kind of thing. So I just have 3 of these ones just in case. But that is it for the update video for my Astroea Bico Masques deck profile video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. If it's a new build, new version. I like to hear everybody's opinions, whether it's good or bad. I try to avoid the negative attention that this deck may not like, or people just don't like me as a person. That's totally fine. That's on you. But this is my channel, and I can do what I want with it. So, give or take on that one. But, anyways, you guys, that is it for the update video for this week's deck profile video. Next week, we'll be revealing Amagruzio Mask. And then, another deck profile, we'll see if we can try to, upgrade some more things to it. So, anyways, you guys, that is it for this week. If you guys like the content that if you guys like the content that I do create on this channel, be sure to subscribe, thumbs up for this, show some love for this channel, comment down below, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, you guys, there'll be a full deck list in the description box down below. So go ahead and check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys have a really good day. Good day this week or month, whatever you guys want to do. Be safe out there, make good choices, stay warm because it's cold outside. Here in Utah, it's around 34 degrees, 44 degrees, I think, so it's not quite bad. But just try to stay warm, you guys, and have a good day and week, month, like I said. And as always, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.